So much game in the FIFA Club World Cup, and right now we are in the round of 16, or they called it knockout stage.
Come on. Honey, I see you looking at me. I'm ready to go in.
The first four games are completed. In this team, we saw four good teams, mostly European teams, are in the quarterfinal. But I want to go one by one and dissect like each games. When I say dissect, I want to just give you a preview, not really dissect. The first game was Palmeiras Botafogo. These two teams were like from Brazil teams, and they showed us why they're here. It was a good, equally balanced game. If you see like the position, it was like 47-53, I think. Botafogo has the position, but Palmeiras was the one who won the game. This is the first knockout stage game that happened on Saturday, I think. And in that game, we saw so many yellow cards. We can tell Brazilian teams are like physically demanding games. I don't usually watch Brazilian league, but like in this FIFA Club World Cup, I saw four teams. They can literally compete like in European competitions. The players are so creative. They play as a team. You don't say like, "Oh, this player is like superior. Let's play for that guy." It's not like that. Everybody plays as a team, and I appreciate how Palmeiras trying to control the game in the first half, but Botafogo changed their tactic and they came back playing a good game. The worst part is like it was so many fouls and the ref they blew like the whistle like every 5 minutes, and it was boring at some point. But in this game, Palmeiras won, and Paulinho, I think he scored in the 100th minute. The funny part is he came in at I think he came in at let me check. He came in at 63rd minutes, and he just substitute after he scored 3 minutes after he scored the winner goal, and the game was not bad. To the second game, Chelsea versus Benfica. This game, it was a good game in general. The game we saw like a real competition game. Chelsea was mostly dominating the game. They were attacking, and I saw Chelsea might have a chance winning this competition. I saw how many players they have on the bench. You can substitute a lot of midfielders, and they might they will not tire. Cole Palmer showed us again how top class player he is. James scored at 63rd, I think 63rd or 4th minutes, a free kick, and that free kick, I don't know why the goalie left that the right position open. James saw the opportunity, he took it and he scored. And at the 85th minutes, the ref stopped the game because of the severe weather, and the game was interrupted more than an hour. They came back after the game resumed at some point, I think after an hour or two, and as soon as they came back, Benfica got a penalty. That's fun, and Di Maria scored. It's obvious that I think a lot of people know this is his last game, and he scored in his last game for Benfica. And after that, we saw extra time. Benfica got red card, and the inevitable Chelsea start attacking and score 3 goals in the last, I think, 15-20 minutes. And in this game, one thing I saw how how strong Chelsea is. You can literally see how many players they have. They have so many good players. And Maresca, I think I've never seen, maybe like I haven't seen a lot of Chelsea games, but I haven't seen Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo playing at the same time. That's a new to me. Maybe like I haven't seen enough Chelsea games, but I saw the game and how good they are playing. Palmer was like on the left wing, Neto on the right wing, and Fernandez was like attacking midfielder, and he was backed by Caicedo and Lavia, and they were so good. I think we'll see this formation a lot It is. I think it's like 4-2-3-1. And Delap was good. I think I saw at the end of the game he's a little bit tired, but if you have Jackson and maybe like they'll probably sign a more attacking players. Chelsea. I was told or I read somewhere they have a good PSR. I think they can spend about like 200 million, and their new tactic seems like it's working, and I recommend every other Premier League teams to follow Chelsea's tactics. Signing a player and make sure they sign like long term. And I don't know how PSR works, but from what I heard, they're gonna divide. If you spend 50 million on one player, and if that player signed 8 years, and you're gonna divide that 40 million to eight, and it will be 5 million for each years. So they'll have a lot of wiggle room to sign more players. And the final thing I want to say, I'm gonna add Chelsea to the mix. I was saying PSG and Man City have a chance, but right now I added Chelsea to the mix. They have really good shot. The third one and the fun one. This is PSG plays Inter Miami. This game was finished 4-0 to PSG, but I was saying PSG really showed mercy to Messi and Inter Miami. When Hakimi scored the fourth goal, I was like, I saw Messi's face and he was like disappointing. And I was like, yeah, I think we're going to see the same 8-0. Not do you guys remember that Bayern Munich Barcelona during COVID time? The game was like 8-2. It just flashed before like my eyes. I was like, no, 8-0, and Inter Miami. I know they're not a match to PSG, but the hype was like so bad. Everybody, okay, I don't want to say like the hype was so bad, but everybody was expecting Inter Miami to show some fight. They didn't show. They don't even know, especially the first half. They didn't even. I don't even think like they knew how to kick a ball. Their pass was like bad. The way they play was like so disappointing. Messi, I think he had only one shot. This shows like how MLS is like way below to European competition. I think the reason MLS is this bad is because they didn't work on their academy. If you ask any U.S. residents if they want to get into academy, they have to pay $1,000. It is so expensive, and for average family in the U.S., you cannot just tell them like to pay that much money. If you see NBA and all that, there's a path like to become like the greatest, just playing a good basketball in high school. You got scholarship in college, and you got drafted. You get drafted to NBA. It's the same for NFL, baseball. There's a path, but for soccer, it's so difficult. You have to. I don't know. They have to work really hard to achieve like their dream. 2026 World Cup for United States is like really bad if they don't have like a good players. And we saw like in CONCACAF or like any other competition, U.S. team is like the only good competition they have is Mexico, and it's so disappointing to see Inter Miami loses 4-0. I see like so many PSG players show respect to Messi. The coach, I think after in halftime, they tell them, this is my opinion, he told them just go easy on them because they didn't score any and the game was over 4-0. Yeah, it was disappointing. I was expecting a little bit more from Inter Miami, but it is what it is. PSG deserved, I said PSG is among the two teams to win this competition, and I added Chelsea, but PSG is like my first, and Man City, and I think Chelsea is the third. Yeah, Real Madrid. I don't know. I don't see. I don't see any reason to put them in this list. If you love soccer, you need to watch Flamengo Bayern Munich game. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm pretty sure the game was like good. Flamengo showed again and again that the Brazilian league is not bad. It is a good league. They lost 4-2, but like, there are kind of losses you just lose, but like you're not like the bad team. I think Flamengo's one of those teams. Bayern Munich, I don't know, since company became like the new coach, I never seen them playing dominantly in a top competition. One thing, I don't know how to put it, but I've seen them last year in the semifinal against Inter Milan. They played good, but they weren't like, a threat. Back in the days, Bayern Munich was like those teams you expect like to win, but nowadays I think it's, especially the last 2 years, it's difficult. The only reason they're keeping the Bundesliga like over year and over every year is because there's no competition there. Bayer Leverkusen showed us the first year, and second year, they won last year, I think, but this year they weren't like, they were competing like into competition, Champions League and Bundesliga, and it was difficult for them because like the team depth is not that much, and Bayern Munich depth was like good. But when it comes to Champions League or FIFA Club World Cup, they didn't show us. I don't know. They lost to Benfica 1-0 in the group stage. They won Auckland City, I think 10-0, and you cannot say, oh yeah, a 10-0 is big, because like it's Auckland City. The team was like a full of normal people. They're not fully professional football players. They were having some part-time jobs. So I don't know what company thinking, but next game when they play PSG, I think they're gonna lose. PSG's like ahead of Bayern Munich by a lot. Bayern Munich they need to sit down and see like how can we fix the way we play. That's my take. Maybe other people will say different, but this is what I have for the last 4 games in this competition, and I'll be back on more tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, and I really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you have comments, just leave in the comment section. If you guys want me to talk about any other topic about soccer, football, just let me know. Thank you.